What's up? Guess what it is? Next is back. Hey guys, like the new logo? Designed it ourselves. So, why did we have a break from Next? Well, Justin moved to Idaho, and so we just kind of ended it there after 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Season 1, the playlist is right here if you want to check it out. Just news, like what we'll be doing now. So it's been about a year, and we're starting next Season 2 with a new host, Michael. You guys may know him from Real Bachelors and things that I've done through the years. Yeah. What do you want to start off talking about? Real Bachelors?
Yeah, Real Bachelors.
Where from?
So we're on episode 3 or 4?
3 is up. We just finished filming 4 about an hour ago.
Yeah. So it was. I'm hoping it comes out pretty good. It was looking pretty good.
The only thing about this episode, it's not. I don't think it's going to be as good as the other ones, in all honesty. But you need this bridge episode so that we can have a better next episode and a better one after that. I mean, there's a lot of foreshadowing going on.
Yeah, it's like a double foreshadow in this episode. The problem was we were trying to travel around, do a couple things, but we don't have a very big crew.
Yeah.
It's just the 2 of us.
We kind of talk about that. We made up a whole thing about the crew going off to film The Hobbit with Peter Jackson. But, yeah, we don't have a crew. We need to talk to Court Chops. He wanted to be in Real Bachelors. We'll do that next episode. Shout out to you. Ha. Okay. So we can talk to him, and we talked about maybe getting Jesse in here as Jim. So, I mean, more people coming in to Real Bachelors would be nice. I mean, my cousin, Dallin, we want to get him in here too. And you can check out the music video I just filmed for him, his original song, Perfect. I think it turned out really good. I mean, he really likes it. It's on his channel, but I did all the filming and editing, and we actually recorded it all yesterday. Just the whole thing. We just recorded it, and then he emailed it over to me while I came home. And I got home pretty late last night. But I put it all together this morning, and it took a lot faster than I thought it would, but boom, it was out.
Yeah, we're pretty quick and efficient about doing videos. We like doing it in one day, because if you get more than one day going on a certain project, unless you're really committed, you can kind of have it get lost in what I like to call like video nothingness, because you get it and you save it and it's on your computer, you glaze over it and you see it and you're like, I don't want to do that,
That's actually happened to me a lot with some of the stuff. We started, we were going to do that horror trailer, that fake horror trailer. Never got around to finishing it.
Yeah, we started.
We were actually using some green screen on my car, and I think it just turned out pretty good, but the lighting was really hard, and then we just kind of dropped it. I mean, it's really lucky that we're committed to Real Bachelors, because episode 3 took 2 days to shoot.
Yeah.
And I wish we could have just done it all in one day, because I think we were a lot more into it in the first day, because it was a lot harder to do the second day, and I think the second half of the episode didn't turn out as good as the first half.
Yeah, it kind of lagged out at the end there.
With the whole basketball thing. But, I mean, if we just do these film one day, edit the same day or the next day, just get these done really fast and get them out, I think we have our mindset in there, and it's a lot easier,
Yeah, so if you have any ideas for Real Bachelors, don't be afraid to leave comments on our videos. We'd love to get more ideas out there. It's very hard with only 2 people to think of all these ideas.
And if you have a YouTube account or whatever, please like and share the video. It goes a long way, and it helps. Even liking it seriously goes a long way.
Yeah, hitting 100 views on the first episode is pretty darn awesome for us.
Yeah, for Real Bachelors, it's pretty awesome. But, I mean, yeah, we don't get all that many views, but just liking and sharing, it goes a long way, and it only takes a second to do, you know? So, I mean, get those things out there.
So, on to the next topic. Have any of you guys ever been out there playing Skyrim?
Skyrim. People get addicted, you know? We were actually talking about it today in cross-country practice. They're like, I don't have Skyrim because I don't want to get addicted. Same thing Dallin says.
I've spent over probably 90 to 100 hours in this game. I'm level 53.
On Steam, I have 147 hours on it.
It's pretty crazy, and that's not even the biggest I've heard. I have a friend who's had over 300 hours in game, and I think that's ridiculous because it's only been out for like 2 years now.
Almost 2 years, like a year and a half.
Yeah, so that new DLC came out a little while back.
Yeah, they're not doing any more DLCs on that. Dragonborn was the last one. They're putting all their focus into the Elder Scrolls Online and new games that Bethesda wants to put out, like maybe a Fallout 4.
That'll be exciting. So some things in Dragonborn, they added the Stalrim armor. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just got it myself on the Steam Summer Sale, so I'm not very far into it, but what I have played of it, it's pretty dang awesome.
They've got the Stalrim, they've got, I think, like 6 new major quests in this new area, Solstheim. It's really, really cool island to explore, so if you get the Dragonborn DLC, check it out, it's really fun.
Out of all the 3 that are out, I say go for Dragonborn first and then worry about buying the other ones. Mm-hmm. I mean, this one, it goes a lot deeper into the story of the Dragonborn, you know? I mean, that's what the game's all about. But, I mean, along with those 6 major quest lines, you know, I was just watching this thing today, it's 4 new armor types. Stalrim, Bone Mold, Chitin, and Nordic or whatever.
Yeah, the ancient Nordic or whatever it is. I don't know. I haven't gotten any of that carved Nordic armor.
Oh, yeah, I actually got that on like the very beginning. I got some carved Nordic, and there was some other ones. It's in the trailer. It looks really cool looking. But yeah, I mean, and there's all those new shouts. It just adds a lot more to the game, and if you just go for it, go for that one.
Yeah,
go for any of the DLCs.
Flying a dragon is possibly one of the coolest things you can do in Skyrim. I mean, like, dragons are supposed to be the big bad guy, and when you're on top of one killing people, it's pretty much the coolest thing you can do.
Yeah, would you rather build a house? Would you rather get a crossbow and be a vampire or werewolf? Would you rather ride dragons? Okay? Ride dragons. Hands down.
So,
Solstheim. One more thing before we move on. Solstheim. Anyone that likes Elder Scrolls games and Elder Scrolls history and stuff, like the lore or whatever, Solstheim was featured in the Morrowind DLC. It was expansion packs back then. The Blood Moon for Morrowind. And so there's a lot of like the same places and a lot of the same enemies. And when I went there, you know, Raven Rock obviously looks way different than in Morrowind. And in Morrowind, you actually are there. You help the guys build Raven Rock. It's really cool. But it's like changed over these however many years. I mean, 200 years from Oblivion, and then however many years from Morrowind. I mean, so it's a lot of change, but it's like really cool because they also rescored all the music. Mm-hmm. So it's like you hearing all this old music, and it just brings back memories of me sitting downstairs playing Morrowind. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But, now we can move on.
Next topic, Defiance. He's got a lot more on that one than me.
Yeah, I'm into Defiance. He's not really.
Yeah, I've seen like one episode of that, so.
I think it's going pretty good right now. I mean, there were some awkward things that happened throughout the season. Anyone that watches it may know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But season 1 just ended a couple weeks ago. I think it was a really cool ending the way that they ended it, and it makes you really excited to know what's going to happen in season 2. Because, like, honestly, one of the main characters, spoiler, she died to save the other one, and it makes me just totally want to be like, what's going to happen in the next season? Because the Earth Republic is just moved into Defiance because the mayor, the kind of bad guy alien dude. I think it's going to be really cool. to see where it goes, and they've already confirmed season 2, so it's not like they're just going to do this and then, not be able to do it or whatever. So they're confirmed for season 2, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be filming here pretty soon, because, you got to get out by the time of next June 2014.
I hate when shows get interrupted. They get that first season out, they just start out, and they're going pretty good, they get you hooked, and then they run out of budget, or something breaks down, the producer cuts out.
The Finder. Anyone that has Netflix, watch that show. It's so good. Michael Clark Duncan died after the first season.
I know.
And they had to stop. But it was so good.
Yeah.
I got so mad. Dallin was mad. Dallin actually, he showed me The Finder. And it was like, it was really good first season. And, also Life on Mars. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
Mm-mm.
Grant showed it to me. Watch it. It's on Netflix. There's one season. It's like 18 or 19 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So good. But they found out like towards the end of the season that they couldn't do another season or whatever. Life on Mars, it's like an American installment from the United Kingdom one, like The Office. Except for The Office was super successful.
Yeah.
Good
show.
But Life on Mars, it was a 2-series thing in the UK. But it was only like a couple episodes per series. So, the one in the UK and the one in America, they both ended with about the same amount of episodes, but they were like totally different, kind of. But just the American one, they just knew that they couldn't go into another season, and so the way they ended it. The last episode was so good, but then it kind of got like a little weird, like super weird science fiction, and then the way they ended it with them, all the main characters were people getting onto Mars, and it was just kind of like, what? That was lame. You should just let him, because he finally got the girl, he gave her a pretty good kiss. It was like, you felt really good, and then the way that, they should have just let him stay in 1973 rather than being in, it was like 2023 or something.
Yep. So about the Defiance video game.
Oh yeah, video game, back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Defiance, the show, and the video game go together. The show's in St. Louis. They call the city Defiance after the battle or the Defiance in the big war between the humans and the aliens. Then the game takes place in San Francisco, in the Bay Area. That's what they call it. And so they connect, and there's these episodic missions within the game that connect the TV show and the game, and characters and stuff. And for season 2, they're actually gonna pick one real person, their character in the game, and somehow implement them into the show. And it's just these episodic missions. They have all these things going along with the episodes of season 1, but throughout, it's season 1 they had all these, and now that it's in between seasons for a limited time, you can replay all of the missions for season 1 and get all this story in.
Yeah.
You just get in there. The Steam Summer Sale just happened, so it's a little late to say go out there and get it, because it was only $15. That's how low it got on the sale.
Steam always has low sales. It makes you want to buy games all the time.
Yeah, but if you want to save up and get it, it's pretty fun. A lot of the reviews are bad, but I find enjoyment in it. I like it.
Okay, so back to that. My buddy Jason had to leave for a tiny little bit because he is having a business conversation. Back to World of Warcraft. I've been committed since before Burning Crusade. Playing since vanilla World of Warcraft is pretty good. I really enjoy it, and I enjoyed it for a long time. I played and reached cap level. Actually, it was very slow and hard to level in the original game. It took me quite a while to reach up to level 80. Of course, I was committed to other things at the same time. So I didn't actually reach cap level on any character until Wrath of the Lich King came out, because I had a lot of other things going on. I was busy with family, going on trips, things like that. I didn't ever get a lot of time to play the game, but I currently have level 87, level 47, and a level 74. Level 47 Druid, level 87 Warrior, and level 73 Death Knight, which is not very exciting considering their starting level. So I came in and I started playing the game. I really enjoyed it. The action bar commands is cool. They built it very well, and it was really good when I started out playing. I remember before Wrath of the Lich King's Dungeon Finder came out, it was pretty exciting because whenever you would get into an actual dungeon would be a really good thing. Whenever you got any item from a dungeon was like ridiculously awesome. And getting into dungeons was not exactly an easy thing unless you had close friends or a dungeon group you would run with oftentimes. So then they introduced Dungeon Finder and Wrath of the Lich King, and it got a little downhill from there because people would jump into these pickup groups and just run through the dungeon and leave. Or you would have the douchebag tank who would come in, play for 5 minutes, jump out and leave because he didn't like the group. And he could just instantly queue back in. And it would always piss me off because I was a DPS for the longest time as a tank. And, I decided maybe I should switch to a tank and try being a douchebag tank, and I couldn't do it because I'm not a douchebag, and I'm not very good at tanking because I hadn't learned how to really handle that. So after lots and lots of time at level 80 cap level, I became a pretty darn good tank. And I was starting to build up gear and running some of the raids, and then Cataclysm was announced. I'm sure everybody who has played World of Warcraft, if they're not a serious gamer and more of a casual gamer, has experienced this, where they come up, they reach cap level, they start doing things, they're not even close to endgame raid or endgame gear, and they're having some fun, getting some good gear, having a good time, and then boom, all of a sudden the next expansion is announced before they have anybody up to cap level with good gear. And so then you have to deal with prepping for the next expansion, nothing's good enough to be in the next expansion, and then it hits and you are 5 levels behind the guy who instantly powered level to 90 in one day, or whatever happens. So I leveled as quick as possible actually to level 85, and I did really good at endgame in Cataclysm, and I didn't make it to the endgame raid, sadly, but for the first probably 2 patches, all the way up to Firelands, I didn't get to do any of the Firelands raids or any of the endgame, but the original raids, I did Bastion of Twilight, and it was pretty cool. I would review the new Mists of Pandaria. I've only played a little. I've done a couple of the dungeons, done one of the raids. Jason is back, and it's okay.
Just some business I needed to take care of. Some company called me. I needed to take my name off their list. Some guy that had my phone number before him. They keep calling you.
So Jason is back, and we can move on probably to the next topic. So overall rating of World of Warcraft, it seems like it's coming down to an end, simmering down, and things are getting all too overpowered in way different ways, and it's getting confusing. So I would rate it probably a 7 out of 10 on the video game list. I mean, I play it, it's a good pastime, it's fun-ish. Sometimes it can be very frustrating for people who don't like dedicating more than 40 hours into a video game.
It seems like you're giving it a higher rating than you're talking about it as.
Well, I'm giving it a 7 as a C, like a C, a
Oh.
flat C,
Okay.
C is just average.
Yeah.
It's no game that you would go out and go, oh my god, I need this game. Because
That's true.
it costs probably about $50 to $70 to get all of the expansions. And then they have all these little things you can buy, and they're just trying to make money off the last few, what seems like twilight hours of World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm. And the Elder Scrolls Online, going back to Skyrim a long time ago, I'm pretty sure the Elder Scrolls Online is going to be the next huge MMO. I mean, there's a ton of MMOs out there, but you don't hear any of them nearly as much as you do WoW and this upcoming Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, it looks extremely good. I'm hoping it has a lot of RPG elements because I'm very into RPG.
Yes.
I played Oblivion for hours and hours. I have more time on Oblivion than I have on Skyrim, and I'm a lower level, but I've spent so much time in the Oblivion lore and the expansion packs. It's pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, just the way they're talking about it, the 3 sections, just finishing your faction is already just hours on end. And then you get to go to the other two, and they're the same amount, and they're just huge. And then the whole battle for Cyrodiil, that's hours of endless, awesome gameplay that will not bore you.
I feel like something that Bethesda's been pretty good at is bringing big, huge RPGs to the board with tons and tons of hours of gameplay where you can literally lose yourself in the video game for days at a time with like starving yourself to death because you don't want to leave because it's so immersive. They're really good at immersing you into a game. But
don't do that because that's bad.
Get lost.
Addiction, and then you'll die from starvation or from not going to the bathroom. I mean, those are things you need. And sleep, sleep deprived. That's a serious thing. But it's just, he's right though. Just all their games are so immersive. When I first got Skyrim, I was so into it. I mean, Morrowind, I didn't get into it as much. It was harder to because it was mostly, I was younger, I was just messing around. You have to read what everyone's saying because the whole thing doesn't have any voice acting except for like when you're walking past someone, all the interaction and talking is through reading, and that's really hard. Yeah. But, I mean, there's still just tons of stuff you can do in Morrowind. And who, honestly, has beaten Skyrim or Oblivion, like, to the dot? You've beaten everything, even in Morrowind. I mean, did I say Morrowind or Oblivion? Just any of them, okay? Any of them. Who has beaten everything to the dot? No more side quests, no nothing. Who? I mean, they just...
Well, with the Eternity loop, it doesn't happen because you always get an additional random quest that they build. Honestly, I've explored over 123 dungeons in Skyrim, and I've only covered a fourth of the map on the mainland. I haven't even done all of Solstheim.
Wow. I don't know how many I've done, but I have done a ton of dungeons.
Yeah, if you're ever bored on Skyrim, look up exactly how many dungeons you've cleared, and it's ridiculous. I spend most of my time clearing dungeons. So we're going to skip over one of our topics and go straight to our future filming plans because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we'll save that topic for next week. Just stay tuned. More television, Future plans for filming. We kind of talked about Real Bachelors, This is like a bridge episode that's going to come out. Probably not going to be as good as the other ones, but it's a bridge so that we can get better episodes. Mm-hmm. I want to do a science fiction short film. I took some Nerf guns because I don't really play with Nerf, and I spray painted them so they look kind of like science fiction-y. And I was like, I want to make a short with this, and it'll be like a realistic kind of short, like kind of like a nowadays, but in the near future. So there's still stuff because, I mean, on a no-budget film, it's really hard to get a good science fiction if you don't really have those special effects that we don't have. And, most of it's going to be done in camera. If you ever see some of our behind-the-scenes stuff, we have some pretty ghetto-looking sets and pretty, bad-looking setups. Marysville. Ghetto. We don't have zero budget pretty much. We run off of anything we can buy under like $5. We have like $5 guns, $10 guns, spray painted with $2 spray paint, stuff like that. There's nothing big we can really do. And we try to do as much as we can with how little we got. We stretch it and we work it, and I hope it comes out pretty good. I mean, I think, and I'm proud of what I do. I'm just hoping you guys really enjoy it. Yeah. Agreed. For next, we want to do it weekly. I mean, last season we were gonna do it weekly, but I mean, Justin did live a lot farther away from me than Michael does, and Michael's just down the street. Yeah. Justin was downtown, and so it was really hard. So we ended up doing bi-weekly, and then so we were actually able to do bi-weekly for 4 episodes, but then just plans conflicted, and then he moved. Yeah. But since Michael is just down the street, and right now we're in the summer, I mean, I hope we're going to be able to get more of this out.
Yeah,
Once
at
a
least
week.
like 5 or 6 episodes because we have like six weeks of summer left, and I'm not busy like at all until the end of August. So, thanks for watching.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Yeah, wait for next time. I hope you really enjoyed this. Leave a like, subscribe, share it, let everybody know.
It goes a long way, and it only takes a few seconds.
Thanks.
See ya.
Peace.